In 1945, the United States detonated the first atomic bombs. For the first time, militaries possessed weapons capable of incinerating the planet. Those detonations resonated far beyond Earth's atmosphere. They acted as a flare, drawing the immediate attention of observers monitoring our solar system. Planets like Venus are inhabited by highly evolved civilizations. These societies operate in total peace, completely devoid of offensive military capabilities or weapons. For centuries, these beings had watched Earth's development from a distance, yet they remained ghosts. This silence was governed by a core universal principle, a law of non-interference, that forbids overriding the free will of a developing world. But the introduction of nuclear fallout presented a unique planetary-level danger. Faced with the imminent risk of a global holocaust, these beings determined the law of non-interference had to be set aside to save Earth. Humans viewed the atomic bomb as the peak of modern scientific achievement. To these observers, it was a cosmic distress signal that brought the universe to our doorstep. On March 16, 1957, a spacecraft landed in Washington, D.C., carrying a Venusian ambassador who introduced himself as Valiant Thor. Local police picked him up and transported him directly to the Pentagon for a highly classified meeting with the top echelons of the United States military. This graphic illustrates the biological differences between humans and Venusians. While humans possess dense physical bodies, Venusians naturally exist in an etheric state, composed entirely of invisible, high-frequency dark matter. Lacking gross physical forms, they do not rely on muscular strength. They communicate exclusively through telepathy and manipulate their environment using directed acts of will. To conduct diplomacy face-to-face, Thor deliberately lowered his vibrational state, aggressively compressing his etheric energy to construct a dense, visible human body. He subjected himself to the heavy, primitive constraints of human biology out of a strict desire to help our planet survive its new atomic arsenal. Thor sat down with President Dwight D. Eisenhower to outline his proposal. He presented a concrete blueprint containing the technological knowledge required to completely eliminate human disease and eradicate global poverty. In exchange, Thor required the United States to dismantle its dangerous nuclear power programs and replace them with safe, limitless free energy provided by the extraterrestrials. The president deferred this decision to a shadow cabinet of advisors, heavily influenced by billionaire industrialist Nelson Rockefeller. Nelson's brother, David Rockefeller, represented massive banking and energy interests, while intelligence directors like the Dulles brothers evaluated the military implications. This diagram shows the risk Thor's plan posed to that room. Introducing a limitless, free energy source at the base of the global economy would instantly collapse the fossil fuel empires and the capitalist structures they controlled. Geopolitically, the sudden elimination of poverty and resource scarcity would allow highly populated Eastern nations to rapidly industrialize, erasing Western military dominance. The men evaluating Thor's offer realized that a world without poverty meant an end to their absolute monopoly on global power. They viewed universal prosperity as a direct threat. The cabinet reached a unanimous decision. They formally rejected Valiant Thor's utopian plan, sidelined the ambassador, and maintained their nuclear arsenal. To manage the fallout and maintain total secrecy, they established an off-the-books military and intelligence cabal funded by untraceable black budgets. The cabal's primary technological directive was to aggressively catch up to the Venusians by reverse engineering crashed extraterrestrial spacecraft into advanced weaponry. But hardware was only part of the strategy. If the public ever learned that the visitors offered free energy and peace, the current power structure would vanish. To prevent this, the cabal launched a campaign of total demonization. This required more than just propaganda. Operatives allegedly began staging encounters, using mind control drugs and electromagnetic weapons to leave witnesses with fabricated, terrifying memories of being abducted by monsters. This extended to the Heartland, where orchestrated cattle mutilations were carried out specifically to convince rural populations that these visitors were not benevolent diplomats, but predatory, demonic entities. Every war, famine, and environmental crisis of the modern era is the direct result of this choice. Our leaders protected their own supremacy by weaponizing our fear against the very beings who came to save us.